Okay, so one time that I was trying to climb up the chimney because I thought the bakery smelled really good. So I had to climb up the chimney because I thought the bakery smelled really good.
Guys, what characters do we want to play for season 6?
I want to be a sleep paralysis demon that's addicted to pizza rolls.
I want to play a druid that's stuck as an iguana that's stuck in a mech suit.
I want to be a custom lineage assassin, gloomstalker, vengeance paladin, multi-class with the tough feat.
I want to be a human fighter.
Fools. Hello and welcome back to Role-Playing Games with High School Students. We're picking up where we left off, and where did we leave off? With bad dreams. Because you guys had gone through a whole heck of a lot, and you discovered that there was some weird horde. A horde of, that seemed like a mixture of ordure and bandits that had all gathered together, and was a significant size. And you guys had kind of fled that area because it was sort of dangerous after seeing this strange leader-like ordure who was huge and jacked. Huge and jacked.
And jacked, you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge and
jacked.
So then you fled and you went south of the main road and you made a camp and you fell asleep. But then someone had a bad dream. Amina, you had a bad dream. And your dream was that you heard voices screaming out for help, right? And then you went to investigate in your dream and you went back to the road and you saw like these posts that you guys had seen earlier where like the victims of this horde, their heads had been impaled on the top of the post and their bodies had been tied to the bottom. But when you went back there, the bodies were trying to climb up the post and reach the heads, and the heads were all looking at you and screaming for help. And then you woke up, because I love cliffhangers. And that's where we're gonna pick up. So you wake up screaming. All of you are awoken. Whoa. So much for that awesome sleep that you had, because you're all awoken to the sound of Amina screaming.
I slept for 4 hours.
Are you okay?
You guys slept for about an hour, so nobody gets the benefits of rest.
What? Oh my God. What time is it?
Amina is clearly terrified. Like you could see like her expression, like she is like wide-eyed and just trembling.
Did you see something?
What happened? Are we in the
Okay.
Are we
No,
going
we're
wrong?
gonna yell at you once.
No, we're safe. We're safe.
Okay.
You know how you've been having those very, very bad dreams?
Can I go back to sleep?
Please.
Unless you want to hear what I'm about to tell you.
Is it a dream?
Is it negotiable?
Okay.
Very, very bad.
Fine.
Okay. So, in the dream, I was on watch, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I was on watch. I hear people yelling for help and screaming. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna investigate that. But the horses were all anxious and, scared. I tried to go get them, but they ran away. And then I had to go out. When I went out to the road, the heads on the sticks were screaming, and their bodies were trying to come back to their heads, like put the head back on the butt.
Oh, fun.
That was my dream. I don't know.
I can't believe the horses left.
So we're out of horses?
Wait, left?
Are the horses still?
Everybody roll a d20.
I want a horse.
Oh, God.
Let's go horse.
6.
9.
14.
D20, 11.
The horses are there.
Oh!
They are still tied up. However, you notice that they seem a little troubled. Like they're stomping and doing like.
Oh my goodness.
It's dark. Remember, you guys didn't have a fire.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I'm just asking, with the moonlight, you see your horses. They're still where they should be, but they're stomping and they seem to be spooked by something.
Could I quietly go over towards the horses?
I was gonna walk towards you. I'll come with.
Yeah, quietly though. Specifically quietly.
So the two of you start making your way over the horses.
Make
The
sure the
horses
horse-
are only like 15 feet away.
Visibly see us.
Yeah,
though.
so you have them hobbled so they can't run away, and their reins are kind of tied up around this tree.
I'm
Chill.
also looking around.
As you get closer, the horses seem to calm down.
Lovely. I'm gonna start petting one of the horses just cause
Does-
The
they
horse
look like they
calms
need
down.
it.
Do they seem like they've been tampered with? I go into like old saddlebags.
You look through your saddlebags, everything seems to be intact.
There's no dead bodies.
Anything else done to the horses? Oh no.
No, nothing else that you've noticed.
I don't like that dice roll. Oh no.
No, nothing else that you've
I don't see
noticed.
Okay.
Can I look around?
I'm,
The surrounding area?
Yes, would you like to search the
I would
surrounding
love
area?
to search the surrounding
Please
area.
go ahead and
I
make
would like-
a wisdom roll, and remember that if it is one of your primary attributes in the game of Castles and Crusades, that you get to add your level plus your modifier.
It is dark.
And since you're level 2, that's a whopping 2 plus your wisdom modifier.
But I don't have that. So.
Rip.
Oh, 10.
You look around very thoroughly by the moonlight and you don't see anything. How about you?
Can I do the same?
Sure, roguey rogue.
Okay, what was that? What was it again?
Wisdom check.
Wow, why am I not good at wisdom?
Because you're still
14.
Okay.
Smarter than you.
What's smarter? You just have this
You feel like there's some tracks that look like they were coming from the east towards your horses, and then they stopped and they turned back around and went back east. It would be easier to track these tracks though if you had like a torch, but you're basically using like dim moonlight.
If you light a torch, I'm going to punch you.
We should track them.
Which is not much.
Wait.
I
which
vote
way
we check
was
them.
I don't think we should.
You
And-
cannot tell
Light a
how
torch.
many sets of tracks there are because you do not have
I
adequate
take
lighting.
out the torch.
We're in a plane, right? Or are
It's
Like a
There's
clearing?
some tall grass, there's some trees.
If
It's
it
not
is-
like just wide open with no cover.
Okay.
Nice.
If it is a full and they saw the horses, they know we are already here.
Okay.
There is no harm. I light the
fair.
torch. I'm gonna go over and look at the tracks.
I will survey the tracks.
Okay. As you get closer, go ahead and make your roll.
This is wisdom.
Yeah.
So
that's a prime for you. So, okay, good. So you kind of see now when they point out like the tracks, you're with the torch, it looks like 3 sets of barefoot footprints of what looks like a pretty human foot, but barefoot.
There are 3 people without shoes.
But
Can I try to judge how tall and all
Definitely
that
not tall,
Okay.
more like
stuff? Ordure?
maybe. It
Interesting.
would make sense because most Ordur are primitive and oftentimes don't have shoes or boots.
I was going to ask
Oh,
which
fun.
way is the encampment that we saw.
So the big camp is north,
Okay.
but these tracks look like they came from the east.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do we want to follow them or do we want to try to get more sleep?
So imagine like here's the east-west road, right? And here's up north is like where that big camp was. You guys kind of went down south to avoid that. These tracks come over from here, from the east.
Should we? If they don't seem like they want to deal with us, I don't think we need to try to find them.
Those were likely scouts. If they wish to deal with us, they are getting more people to deal with us. If those were part of the bandits, which seem likely. 3 barefooted people, they're
Yeah.
clearly not ready for a fight.
The
If
question
they,
is, do we want to try to just move, or do we want to try to go to the bandit camp and try to see, potentially go to the bandit camp once we follow these tracks? We don't know where they go.
I don't want to go back to the bandits camp.
I just don't know. You just don't know where they go. It's the only problem.
We could follow the tracks, but they probably wouldn't go somewhere nice. We could also move and try to sleep again, or we could not sleep and continue.
I think we should move and then go back to bed.
I think if we move to go back to bed, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
So you're packing up and moving?
Yes.
Okay, it takes 5 minutes. You roll up bedrolls, shake out your area, get on your horses.
Wait a minute.
Pause.
I'm a druid. I do stuff with tracks. Give me a second.
Do you now?
I'm like 90% sure I know what
I do stuff
know
with
what I'm
tracks?
talking about.
Or is that ranger?
No, hold on. I have a thing called nature lore.
Oh,
You do have nature lore.
bro pulls out the lore of the plants.
I don't know. Let's just. I'm trying to. I need to remember what exactly
The lore.
I get to learn from it.
Those of you who wear armor, raise your hand. It takes a little while to put your armor back on.
Oh. So last time I wore leather armor.
Leather's not that bad. Lightweight armor's not that
I
bad.
have
Heavy
leather.
armor
I have
takes a little
leather-ish
longer.
armor.
Hee hee.
Wearing no armor has never been more helpful. Except
Okay.
like getaways.
I know tracks for animals, not people, which is different. So I don't know anything else about this.
So,
I got nothing.
you get all your stuff packed up, you get your horses. Which direction are you going?
So the tracks came from the east, right?
Yes.
And where do we have to go again?
Well, if you want to go back to Dusty Fief, that would be west.
But isn't the... No, that's up north.
I think it
Merton's Keep is back to the east and north. Dusty Fief is west.
If he went west, that would probably be the best decision.
Where's the bandits camp?
Some of you are not from around this region, but some of you are. You are Suenist, and you are Suenist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that there are other villages,
Close
both
by?
southwest and southeast.
How close?
Not super close,
Oh.
but I mean, just to be clear, like maybe 15 miles.
Could our horses make it?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
I vote we do it
if
so
you're
we
not
can
galloping.
I vote we do it so we can get a bed.
how long would that take?
Annoyingly long.
Well, you're riding at night with very little light, and you're not riding on roads, you're riding over land. So if you don't want your horses to get hurt, you're going to have to go at a slower pace. But you could make it in a couple hours.
Do you want to go to a village and get a bed, but go a bit
Okay,
away?
let's just reestablish what's our exact goal right now again. Are
We're
we trying
supposed
to
to
find
find-
the army, or are we
Yeah.
going to Dusty Fief to warn them?
I thought we were going to Dusty Fief.
Which are we
I
doing
thought we were
first?
trying to find the army.
Kind of feel like the army
I
is
kind of
dead.
feel like
So to
least
be,
at-
to
at
be
least a
clear,
dead end.
you're about 15 miles from Dusty Fief if you go northwest. You're about 15 miles to another village to the southwest, and then 15 miles to the southeast.
How do we know if these villages have been raided?
You don't.
Here's
I
the
think we
thing.
should just go to Dusty Fief.
Here's the thing. If you are trying to warn Dusty Fief,
Yes.
here are the ways I see it. The bandits are also sleeping. They also need to rest. They need to rest less than us because there is more of them, but they also need to rest. Should we go there to Dusty Fief right now? We will be able to warn them, but we will be potentially too exhausted to help with anything.
Yes.
Alternatively, we rest here, wake up early, go to Dusty Fief. They have less time to prepare, but we can help them better.
Can you sleep on a horse?
You cannot sleep on a horse.
No.
I'm a
If you use the reins correctly, I feel like you could take a nap on horseback.
Not the best idea.
Well, then the horse doesn't know where to go.
That's why you
I
got
mean-
other horses. You go, hey bud, this way.
We're not going to take nap shifts while riding on horseback.
I vote we take nap shifts.
No.
That's a terrible idea. You're going to fall off and break your neck.
That's not a good idea.
My cousin did that once. I think it could work. I've heard
Is
it
your
done.
cousin alive?
Maybe. Not
Okay.
entirely sure. It could work.
I'm going to
though.
say it would take 2 hours to get to any of those locations
Perhaps,
because you're traveling at a kind of a slower pace.
Veshadro, if you are maybe alive, then perhaps you do not want to be maybe dead by doing that. If it's only 2 hours, it might be wise to just try to get there.
We might
I
as
think
well
so.
just
Yeah, fine.
forest, because if we go to a village, we risk the chances of that, like
I
if
don't
that
s-
village gets raided, or if it's already raided.
We're going to
we-
Dusty Fief.
But
Okay.
Dusty
So-
Fief is going to get raided.
It'll
That's
take.
why we're going there.
but that's what I'm saying. We won't be we won't have enough energy when we wake up to even help.
To be clear, you guys are on your horses talking about this, but you haven't gone anywhere.
Okay.
Yes?
You hear the sound of like a twig snapping in the distance off to the east.
I look over there.
It's outside of the range of your vision.
I got a torch.
It's outside of the range of your torch.
Put the torch.
Which means it's you got dim lighting from the torch for 30 feet, so it's past 30 feet. But you definitely heard like a twig snapping.
Nearish by, like maybe within like 60, 100 feet?
Maybe within 30 to 60 feet.
Okay, so there's something that way. And I point in the direction.
You point in the direction?
I ready my weapon.
What's your armor class?
11.
A dart sinks into your shoulder. You take 2 damage. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh! Why did you point at it?
These dice are fire, dude.
Stop.
Maybe that's why they got left behind. They're rigged.
Whoever left these behind at D&D Club is giving me blessings right now.
They're at home right now. They're going,
My loaded
where's
dice.
my dice?
My loaded dice.
Okay, so friends, I'm going to call off for your initiative order. Connor, what did you get?
I got a 19.
Hey, that's pretty good. Fen, what did you get?
A 5.
Is there a bonus for initiative? Is it just
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lee, what'd you get?
12.
Harris, what'd you get?
I got the 13.
Well,
I'm gonna go take a nap on my
I'm
horse.
sorry, I wasn't going to beat the 20 that you rolled.
I got a 5.
You're supposed to be good at this.
I'm gonna go take a nap on my horse.
Okay.
Oh wait, do we add stuff? Sorry, I just realized.
Dex.
Dex.
Aren't you like a rogue?
Yeah, you're a rogue.
Oh, I got 8. Oh my god.
I gotta check a spell. I might still have some way to
Oh
figure
wait.
it out.
Whoa.
okay.
10. I got
So
10.
this is what happens. So basically, as Viktor like points in the direction of where he heard the twig snap, you see this dart fly, and it hits him in the shoulder, and he's like, ah, and then you hear like, doof, doof.
Oh.
Don't shoot at me, please.
17 and a 15.
Are those actually loaded?
No.
Are they
No,
we should
they're
get
not
them.
actually loaded.
We should get them.
Harris, what's your AC?
16.
That hits.
Drats.
An arrow hits you for 2 damage.
Oh, fuck.
What's your character's name again?
Ragnavaldr.
Ragnavaldr Skvadi.
What's your
Just call
armor
me
class?
Ragnar.
17? All right. So an arrow, and you're wearing armor, right?
Yeah.
An arrow goes ka-ting and like pings. It hits you, but it ricochets off.
How much damage did I take?
2.
2.
All of these ranged attacks are clearly coming from the direction in which Viktor was pointing. So now we go to Viktor. It's your turn.
I don't like this.
Can I smack him?
You
Pointed.
I don't feel like them.
You still don't see them because they don't have a light source.
Okay.
You can
Let's make
take,
it
you can take my torch and throw it at them.
I could take my torch, your torch and throw it at them.
Or
I'm going
maybe-
to take this torch and throw it at them. Just like in their general area.
Okay, make a d20 roll. I'll let you add your dex.
Amazing.
So nice.
16.
Close enough. You whip this torch about 30 feet, and it lands on the ground, and you see 3 humanoid forms crouched down that kind of like look surprised.
Fuck you.
Well played. All right, Harris, you're up.
I cast these the other session, and they're still here because they don't have a duration. I take out a rock, and I'm gonna whip it at one of them. It's a magic stone.
What's the range?
How far away are they?
They're 40 feet away.
I think it's within that range.
Okay.
It actually doesn't say the range.
All right, I'm gonna let you do it. Go ahead.
Okay. It just says because it makes the spell makes ammunition.
Okay, so you're throwing this, so you don't have like a sling to shoot the stones.
but I can use my spell bonus.
You know
Okay.
who does
'Cause
have a
it's magic.
sling?
Okay,
You
go
have,
ahead.
You have 2 of these.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, I have these already.
Yeah, I gave them to you.
Oh, okay.
And then, so that's 14. No, 13. 13, I think, right?
That's a hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
What's the damage?
1d6 plus 1, unless they're undead.
No.
Okay, it's
They're
3
not
damage.
All right, 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
This
gonna move closer.
towards them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now we're at Amina.
I'm assuming we're off our horses at this point?
No.
No.
I'm moving towards on the horse.
He just charged forward on his horse.
Assert dominance.
Oh.
I've never had a horse before. This is great.
So just to be clear, on your horse, like if you charge forward, you could get to them on your horse this round and make a melee attack.
You should do that.
Because your horse's movement is 60 per round.
Whoa!
That is a very, very wise.
So you're going to charge forward.
Yeah, I'm going to charge forward.
All right, and then you're going to make an attack. Go ahead.
Roll good.
I got this. It's a 5.
Oh.
You ride forward with
Wait, no, hold on.
That's a 6.
Pre-math.
with great gusto.
Wait, no, wait,
and
what?
you
That's six.
swing, and you just swing over the head of the hors d'oeuvre.
Wait, why do you have a miscellaneous bonus?
This brings us to Veshadro.
That's an 8.
You made
Veshadro.
it hard for that.
Yeah, because it's.
Veshadro.
There you go. You just roll the R in there, just cause.
Right. What does Veshadro do?
There you go. I'm gonna run forward on my horse and use a sling, because I have that.
Okay, so you ride forward,
Yes.
and you're going to use a sling with one of Ragnavaldr's special stones.
Magic rock.
Magic
Magic
rock.
All right, make your attack roll.
Want to make
So
that.
you're
do
this
an
is
extra
this is a
D6
dex-based
No,
attack
it
roll
does
because it's like a ranged attack.
Nice. Okay. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And
Go ahead and roll
then-
d6 plus your
It does a d6 plus 1.
plus 1. All right,
So just a D6.
plus 1.
Okay. A 5.
Ooh. Roll a d6. This is to determine if you are attacking the same one as him or a random other one.
Okay. A 5.
Okay, so that's another one. So that's 5 on the second one.
Interest you in another 5.
All right, top of the order. They are undeterred, but now they definitely have targets that are obvious.
What do
so
they
they're
look like?
they
Like
look
humans?
like hors d'oeuvre, like
Oh.
regular primitive hors d'oeuvre.
Ooh.
So they have like skins and like bone, like kind of imagine like heavy furs and leather and bone as their kind of like garb and / armor. And then they have short bows and these like bone daggers. That's a clear fail. The first one who tries to attack you as you're riding forward, like tries to counter swing and also misses you. That'll probably be a hit.
Again.
You get a dagger of pain for 4 damage.
Dang.
You also get a dagger of pain for 4 damage.
That wouldn't happen to be elemental, would it?
No, not in any magical sense. No, it's just a filthy, dirty, infected bone dagger.
Oh.
All right, which brings us back to Viktor. So Viktor,
Okay.
your torch move has now illuminated the enemy. They kind of scattered back a little bit, but they're sort of like forming a semicircle and trying to like, you could see that they're trying to attack the people who are closest to them on horseback and threatening them.
I take out a rock and I throw it at them. And I messed up last time. You do have to get to make an intelligence save.
Okay, what is this regarding?
Daze.
And what is my spell save DC?
The book, I never really figured that out. I
Okay,
tried to read it and
they fail.
they failed?
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Now,
with this.
you threw it at one of them, so the one that I rolled for failed.
Amazing. He's now dazed and cannot make any actions until the end of my next turn.
Pros dazed.
Okay. I will make a note of that. He is D-A-Z-E-D. All right, this brings us to Ragnavaldr.
Okay. I will pull out my giant fuck-off hammer. And I'm going to ride up to one. And I'm going to be very menacingly whispering prayers at him. And I'm going to try to hit him with the hammer.
All right, swing the hammer.
I'm gonna menacingly whisper.
Oh, that
prayers at
is
you.
a 21.
That's a definite hit. Roll the damage.
8 damage.
The one that you initially hit with your magic stone, as you rode up to him, he countered and did a dagger on you and it hurt. and your wrath of the hammer comes down on him.
I hate this guy.
And bear in mind, you're on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
And you're
Gravity.
a North person.
Oh.
So you're like
Newton's eighth
you're
law.
bigger than this Ordur, who's like 5'2". So how do you want this? How do you want this to end?
I'm like double his height right now. I'm more than double his height.
Bullying!
How do you want this to
I
end?
like run at him cavalry charge style and just hit him straight and just splatter him across a tree.
Yeah, his
Can I-
head splits like a melon, and roll a d6.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Brain, bone, and blood splatter all over
He's
Viktor.
really far away.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, you're not there.
Not here.
No!
On you.
No!
Just you're just like and it's
I didn't ask
it is
for
gory.
this.
It is gory. All right, this brings us to Amina.
Okay. Wait, was it the one that by me that?
No, it's the one that...
No, it's the
they're
first
all
one
by
that he
us, but
attacked.
Oh, okay.
I hit
So the one
with
that
a
you're
rock and then
engaged
killed
with is also, wounded but not dead.
Okay. I was gonna ask, can my horse make an attack?
If you were trained in that fashion, you
Dang
could.
it.
Okay. Like
Trample.
if I was a knight,
Yes.
I could totally teach this horse how to kick somebody.
I'm gonna make an attack instead.
Speak with the horse.
I can do that.
11.
I know you can.
Not quite enough.
Ah!
You swing and you miss.
I got a 6, but I'm
Veshadro.
Yep. We're gonna do the same thing. Roll exciting.
Oh my god.
22?
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll that
I'm
damage.
so
Is that
good.
the last of your magic stones?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 3 and I used one and used
So d6
Yeah.
plus 1.
6.
And are you attacking the one that Amina was trying to attack, or the one that's dazed?
Which one did I hit before?
The one that Amina is trying to attack.
I'm hitting that one again then. Pre-aim. Locked
Okay.
and loaded, ready.
How do you want to do this? You throw a stone at it.
Yep.
The stone is not huge, but it clearly has an impact because this thing's going to die.
It will die. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna hit it towards the neck to see if I can send the head flying like a golf ball.
Oh, okay, that doesn't happen. But I'll say that you hit it in a place where like it basically you hear like
Ooh.
its bone on its head crack, and it just kind of like goes limp for a moment and then just falls.
Why are you surprised at this? You threw a magic rock at him.
I know,
How
but
long
like,
does
you know.
the daze last?
Until the end of my
You
next turn.
know.
So, no, the start of my next turn. But
So this
I'll
turn.
double check real fast.
That rock does more damage than a knife.
So basically
Yeah.
what happens is
But-
he's still dazed, and then it's your turn. So you get one thing to do for your turn before he's undazed.
Oh, okay. And is he the last one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Out of the 3 that we know of.
yes.
I was kidding.
Oh, he looked around.
This is why you don't point out
Oh.
creepy people.
Yeah.
They travel in packs.
It's one round, so yeah, end of my next turn. So I will. Let's try it again. Daze. Make another intelligence saving throw.
You're supposed to conserve your spell slots.
Daze him
Okay,
again!
he seems dazed.
I still
Cool.
haven't rested.
This brings us to Harris Ragnavaldr.
I am going to be smart and not use spell slots, and I'm going to hit it with a hammer.
You're gonna hit the guy with the hammer.
Oh, that's bad. 6.
As you're going to swing up on him,
Oh, no.
you know, he's like the one that's dazed. Right before you swing on the hammer, he ducks and swings out at
I
you, but he
fucking knew
misses.
it. You rolled a 19.
All right, this brings us to Amina. There's one left, and he does not seem dazed. He's fiercely spinning around with his bone dagger and like growling at you guys and baring his sharpened teeth.
Oh, okay.
I like your teeth,
Oh,
sir.
I'm gonna try to hit it, please. Unnatural 20.
Okay. Wait, unnatural?
Unnatural. Unnatural.
That's why it's a little hype.
That's why you say dirty 20, because it sounds different.
Facts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And then
Dirty 20.
10 damage.
What's your weapon?
A piercing axe.
Okay, you You just spike his skull, and he like pauses for a minute and like kind of like shudders, and then slides off your axe and falls to the ground.
Oh my god. Have we killed people before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
These three hors d'oeuvres. One of them obviously has no remaining head anymore. The other two are dead and on the ground. You see, as I said, that they were wearing like a combination of leathers and furs with some bone adornments and kind of a patchwork of bone armor. Each of them had a bone dagger, and two of them had short swords. Short bows.
Short bows, okay.
Can I procure one of the bone daggers
You can.
and say I got a bone to pick with you?
You can.
I'm taking it.
Wait, are you saying that while you're wiping brain and blood off of your face?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very sorry about the. I apologize. I will take the other
It's good for the
dagger.
skin.
Okay, write it down.
What
it?
kind of bone is this? If it's animal bone, I know. Nature law.
It is animal bone.
Okay, what kind?
Look into.
Just vaguely, not like specifics.
It is, there's something specific about it that you would know.
Okay.
You're kind of caught off guard because you look at this dagger and you're like, it's tusk. It's made of tusk.
Like ivory?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And the only thing that you know that has tusks like this, well, there's actually two things. You know that there are water-bound things in the way north, in the frozen north, like walruses, but there's another thing that has tusks, and it's something that like the Rogaru use for transportation.
The
Mammoths.
Yeah.
But it's odd that they would have, like, this is made of tusk, and you're certain of that, and like, why would they have that this far south?
Have I ever
Why would Ordur have this?
Have I ever seen a mammoth before?
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know. Veshadro, these are made of mammoth tusk.
You've never heard of what a mammoth is?
Except, do not. Oh, how do I describe this?
Mammoth is?
No.
It is the largest creature you have ever seen in your life.
I've seen some creatures.
It is larger than. How big?
You're like larger than an elephant?
Elephant?
Yeah. What?
You don't know what an
I
elephant
don't know what
is.
that is.
It's like a gray giant beast thing, but they're
Four
kind of
legs,
nice.
Big like.
Give
Yeah,
them
they have those big
Oh,
trunks.
okay. Mammoth has big thing too, but it's not gray. They're usually brown. They're very hairy. They got big spikes.
Oh, so they're like
like a hairy cow?
furry elephant.
It sounds like a furry elephant to you.
Interesting.
They're
They
re-
have those
Now, to be
things?
clear, there are no elephants in the Dominion. You all have heard of elephants in the
They're
Southland.
really, really big, and they live where I am
I
from.
want a furry elephant.
No, you don't.
Do you think they come like small?
No. Well, when they're child, they are small, but they are still bigger than you.
Anybody else doing anything with the corpses?
You said it was hit by a dart. Are there just more of those lying about?
Yeah.
I take them. How many do I
Okay.
get?
The one that has no head, I mean, the parts of the head are still there, but it's all over Veshadro.
He's scatterbrained.
There are three more. There are three more of those darts.
3 more? Amazing.
And as you're looking at the darts, you notice something. They seem to be almost like animal quills that had like weights, like stone weights, to make them like more effective.
Oh, good luck trying to get that out of you.
Can I look?
Go ahead and make an intelligence roll.
Ooh, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Yay!
No, you're not.
9.
Cool. Roll another d20 and just tell me what the result is.
12.
Sweet, but no brain.
For an intelligence check or this?
You don't feel good. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
I've
looking.
just like been looking around because if those people just snuck up on us, there might be more of them.
So the torch is on the ground.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay. You look around. You see the tracks that these three made as they were coming from the east towards your little encampment. And you see that they go back towards the east for as far as your light shows.
Oh, okay. These things definitely told the rest of the bandit people where we are, or that we are a thing, we need to go to Dusty Thief. I don't think rest
Do
is an
they
option.
even come in groups big
I'm
enough?
gonna-
Do they have those
I
types of places?
Well,
Don't know. I'm not from
up until you saw that massive encampment of Ordur and bandits, typically like packs of Ordur are maybe like 2 dozen, and then when they do raids, 3 or 4 of them will do a raid at a time. But the encampment that you saw this night is unlike anything you've even heard of.
So you said I feel funny.
Yeah, you feel like kind of like chills, and you feel like a little warm, like a
Does
little
he look
hot.
like he's
I
sweating?
pull out
He is sweating,
the dagger,
and it's
the,
not
the
hot.
dart. Is it like? Can I see if it's poisoned in any way?
It looks like the dart has a hollow, and it looks like there might be some kind of liquid in it.
Fuck.
Can
I might be poisoned.
Oh shit.
what type?
I don't know. Do you know?
Why would you
What?
look at me?
I'm looking at you.
I don't even know if this is gonna do anything.
You asked what type of poison it is.
Let me see the dart. Let me see the
Here
dart.
you go.
I'm
wanna
gonna
take
look
the
at their
dart.
jewelry real quick, just to see if there's anything cool.
All the bone jewelry looks like standard, like local animal bones. So like deer and
So there's nothing funky like a mammoth's tooth.
no, but there are definitely human bones. Like there are definitely human bones amidst their bone jewelry.
Oh, that's kind of iconic. I'm
Like-
not touching it.
I
Some
hate to
finger
break it to you.
bones.
Does the,
Neutralize poison is a 3rd level spell.
does the can I still see like some of the poison that was in there if I'm standing by him with the firelight?
Sure. Yeah, you like hold it up. You could see that it basically looks like these are porcupine needles that they turned into darts, and there is definitely some kind of liquidy poison inside.
Would
Cool.
from living with my family and stuff, would we have like done anything with poisons or anything, or no?
You know that there are people who know how to deal with poisons and how to come up with antidotes, but you don't know that knowledge yourself.
Neither of us
These
do.
next 2 hours I'm gonna suck. aren't
Do
they?
you?
I don't even know if it's gonna
Is
be
that on your
ours.
list of things that you can do?
I mean,
Are you sure, Snoop Rogie Rogue?
I can cast first aid, but it doesn't cure poison. It just stops bleeding and heals a little bit.
It's fine. And like it's.
Okay.
I got
Can
nothing.
you ride a horse?
I can ride a horse.
Okay, we gotta
Should
go
be fine.
now.
You gotta
We gotta move.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
You guys are going to Dusty Thief.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. You begin riding west, avoiding the road.
Yes.
You ride through
Well, okay. No,
for an hour.
think about this. Should we avoid the road?
Why?
Yeah.
We can get there faster if we don't.
That's true.
Do you want to risk encountering somebody?
If the bandits already killed the army, they're resting right now.
How much longer till sunrise?
How
We
much
can take the
longer till
road.
sunrise?
4 hours.
4 hours.
We can make it before 4 hours.
We can take the road and we'll take the road. If we meet somebody, we can get out.
When we make somebody, we do talking.
I can
With
talk.
the
Okay.
blinky thing?
On the
no,
road,
no,
you can make
no.
slightly better time. I will say that you can do at night with no light. I'm going to say you can do 7 miles in an hour by road.
So it should be better.
So
Couple hours.
you ride for an hour. You lose another hit point.
Oh.
I was gonna ask, do I remember seeing any like herbalists or people that work with?
Don't.
Yes, you mean in
Yeah, in
the
those
village?
cities.
It's gonna suck.
You think there's a good chance that there might be someone
Okay.
who could do that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, this is fine.
You ride for another hour.
Yes.
Everybody roll a
Would it-
d20.
Would it
Oh,
be faster if we had a light? Probably.
Yeah, but also your horses are going to be challenged because you've been pretty much riding
You're right.
nonstop.
What fun. 18.
18,
16.
16,
17.
17?
11.
Okay.
It's pretty good rolls, fellas.
At a certain point in your second hour of travel, you see a farmstead off to the north of the road. It's about 200 yards north of the road, but you see like the little wooden picket fence, you see a barn, you see like a cottage.
Do they look like they've been raided yet?
Is there chimney?
It's hard to tell because you just have moonlight.
Okay.
Do you stay on the road or do you go to that cottage?
We should.
How
we
far
should
off is it from the road?
It's about 200 yards north of the road. So there's like, you're on the road and then there's like a dirt path leading up towards this
I
farm.
say we ride
going.
past. I say we ride
Yeah,
past.
Ride
you-
past.
you're
I want, if it's burned or raided, then we should just check.
Avoid
We
it.
don't. No in-depth investigation. Just go.
Ride past.
Keep going?
Ride past.
Okay, you continue riding. The second hour passes, you lose another hit point.
You sure about that offer?
I'm sure. It's gonna be
You
fine.
guys are approaching Dusty Fief. It is now 4 a.m. You're like a half mile outside of Dusty Fief.
Okay.
Do we see any smoke?
Yeah.
You don't see like smoke plumes like it's been attacked.
Anybody in the forest?
You don't see like any signs of anything really significant changing from when you were here. Like you still see people's camps outside of the village fence, like outside of the palisade. You see like people camped because remember the festival. So like you see tents, you see people's wagons, you see like little fires. No one's awake at this point because it's still like 4 a.m. But you see people's horses, their mules, their wagons and tents, and you're like coming up the main road towards the palisade, and the gate's closed, of course, because it's nighttime.
Okay, this is good. That means it hasn't been raided yet.
You get to the gate.
Just,
Is there
I
guard
gotta
at
just
the-
knock. Just.
Okay, you knock. A few moments later, you hear this like, who is it? The
Maybe the adventurer is the. Is the mayor?
magistrate.
The magistrate sent.
We have really urgent news. Please let us in.
Okay, all right, one moment. You hear like sliding of wood,
I'm so
and then
ready
you
to
hear
steal
a
that
creaking
door.
of the door, and you see this guard who's wearing literally like pajamas and a shield and a helmet. Like, yeah.
Bro's
And
such an
He's
icon.
like, all right, come on in. Yeah, and he opens the gate for you guys, and you ride in. You see the village looks pretty much like as it did when you left. You know, like you do see some additional people like literally camped with their wagons and like tents on the streets and sidewalks around buildings because of the festival. And it looks like, you know, no one's really up and about. No one's, you know, it's 4 a.m. So you ride in and you make your way through the main street towards the magistrate's office.
I pull out my flask and take a small sip of vodka real fast.
Okay.
It's been a long night.
Forgot you've had that.
You arrive at the magistrate's office.
Should we take him to the...
You don't see any light inside.
I pound on his
I'm
door.
banging on the door.
Okay.
The two of us just,
Similar thing,
Hold on,
like
hold
a
on.
few moments
Come here, and I
later.
just take a cloth and rub off the gore.
Oh!
It's still there.
What are you doing?
On now.
A few moments later,
Like stained.
the door opens, and it's one of the magistrate's assistants, and he looks at you guys, and he's like, "Good God, it's
Yes, we know.
what are you doing here? What's going on? What is the
You have to
meaning of this?"
evacuate the village immediately.
Wait, no,
Wait, hold on.
What?
Come in.
What did it?
That's a
what do you-
terrible idea.
Why is it a terrible?
He says, come in, and he's holding a candle, and he
let's go
sets the
look at
candle
it.
down at a table. He says, "Let me go get the magistrate." And he goes
Good
up
point.
the stairs,
He's not paid enough.
and you hear like a knock on the door, and you hear like, and he's like, "Yeah, those people that you sent to Merton's Keep, they've returned, sire." "Oh, all right, one moment." And like 5 minutes later, you hear, you know, the sound of the footsteps coming down. You see the magistrate come down, and he's like, "I would hope at this hour that you have good news to share. Did you arrive at Merton's Keep?
Oh, I have really bad video.
Is Lord Merton sending?"
So
is-
here's the thing. Found him. He's sending military. Not
haven't-
to
we-
here though.
We didn't find Lord Merton.
But
We didn't actually find him.
Not to hear. What?
He's heard of other raids, so he sent them to other places. So we're not getting backup right now.
Oh, so he knows about the bandits, the raids. Oh, good. Well, then I'm
bigger-
sure he'll deal with it.
The bigger issue is we found at least possibly half the army gone, as well as a really huge bandit camp, and we think they're headed this way.
Most likely
A
going to-
huge bandit.
There is a. Okay, let me.
And
We encountered a number of corpses of likely Lord Merton's men gruesomely displayed along the road.
What?
We also located this
What
large
bandits would do such horrific things?
several large hordes with Urdur in their ranks. Strangely, you said one had armor?
He was huge.
Big guy.
Way above what the average height should be.
Apparently leading
Strength, speaking common.
You see the magistrate is just looking back and forth at you guys, like in utter disbelief. He's like, am I dreaming? He's like, what?
I wish.
Hordes of Urdur
Yes.
and bandits?
Yep.
Yeah. They're coming this way. We have to figure out something to do.
They're coming this way?
Yes.
Most likely.
And he looks to his assistant and he says, go to the barracks, inform the captain, every conscript must be roused. We must prepare.
It's very big. I think you should at least ponder the idea that we should get the people out of here.
Well, but where to go?
If you just kick them out of the town, they're just
How
gonna
close
die
is
on the
this?
road.
How close
Yeah,
is
they might die here,
this
too.
horde?
About 15 miles out.
No, it's like a little more than that.
We're 15 miles out.
We were 15.
He says
we were there, and then we moved, and then we counted.
He says, are you saying this horde is between Dosti Fief and Merton's Keep?
Yes, a
Yes.
little more north, but yes.
And do you think that Lord Merton
We
fought this horde, and you said there were bodies of his
definitely
soldiers?
saw corpses. I am relatively unfamiliar with his heraldry. Were they his soldiers? Were they his soldiers? the
It's
corpses?
possible, but if so, we
think
didn't
so.
find him.
Out of like this. Last session we were talking to them. Didn't they say that us scouts who didn't even make it to the keep?
Yes.
And when we went there, he didn't
Right.
even know about the raids.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
It was.
That's why
what
he
it was.
left.
Right.
That's why was it the
We have a piece of
Lord
paper.
Merton.
Oh, we do,
Lord,
and I
that's
pull it
when
out of my
Lord
bag.
left.
This is for you.
It's
He opens the missive and reads it. He says, I'm not certain what to do. If we were to try to make it to Merton's Keep by your reconnaissance, wouldn't we be possibly crossing paths with this
Yes.
horde?
I don't know
So
if
it's not
going-
safe to go east to Merton's Keep, and Merton's Keep is certainly the most well-defended settlement in this part of the Old Dominion.
Could we go around and then go back on the road?
I think we should
He
go.
said we could conceivably go south to Umfleek, but what if Umfleek has been attacked by this horde?
Then they wouldn't be. Then wouldn't they not be
Lightning
there?
wouldn't strike twice.
Yeah, we don't know. The
That's true.
scouts that you've been sending haven't been reaching the keep either, by the way.
Yes, if we go to a
probably-
village and it's destroyed, it
we-
would be bad, but
we
at least
ran into a small 3-man contingent of Urdur on our way here. We had killed them. But if they are scouting the nearby areas, then going past the camp is not possible. We will be found very quickly. And that's likely what happened to our scouts as well. They were found in the night and killed.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Order, he was hit with a dart.
Oh.
There was
Yes.
some poison in it.
Well, perhaps the apothecary could assist you.
Okay.
Should we just wake them? Right.
Yes, he says, there's no time for a missive, just, he says, continue as if you were going past my office. And 5 doors down and across the street is a small cottage with a red door. Just knock on the door, that's the apothecary's.
Okay.
I feel like we should have him move the people.
That's what I just said.
But to like another one that's like out of the way.
It is.
You are feeling sick, like you feel like you're gonna throw up.
Excuse me, and I get up and go outside.
Get the hell out of your way.
At that point, if
Are
he's
you
going
helping
outside,
him?
yeah, I'm gonna go out and help him to the apothecary.
Okay,
I just.
yes, you get
Not
outside,
on me. Not on me.
you hurl, and then you help him down the
Not on
street.
you.
You get down, so I'm gonna smash cut. So you go down the block.
Yes.
You go to the apothecary's, you see the cottage with the red door, you knock on the door. A few moments later, somebody comes to the door in pajamas, and you see it looks like a middle-aged man with he's bald, but he has like a crown of hair. and he's sort of clean shaven. And he looks at you and he's like, wow, what manner of interruption is this?
I've been poisoned.
Oh, you seem unwell.
And
he's holding a candle. He says, bring him in. Come in. And he points to a chair next to a table for you to sit down at. And he says, what did you eat, or what did you...
I pulled the dart.
Oh.
It was Odor.
Hors d'oeuvre. And he takes it very carefully, and you see he holds it up next to his candle, and he says, more light. And he returns with a lantern, and the lantern illuminates much better, and he kind of holds it up and he examines it. He says, I see. And your symptoms?
Sick.
He puts his hand on your face and like feels he's like, yes, you are quite clammy and feverish.
Yeah, he threw up.
Yeah.
And let me see the point at which it struck you.
And I kind of like pull over.
Shoulder.
So you like pull like your armor and clothes back, and you see that like the spot where it hit, like there's like a little puncture wound, but you see this like red ring around it, and there's like a greenish pus kind of coming out of it. And he's like, this. Good. He said, "This is. I want you to rest, friend." He says, "I'm going to need to extract the poison." He's like, one moment. And he goes back into his room and he comes back out, and you see he has this like kind of tube, and he puts the tube like on top of the thing, and then he starts pumping this like pump, and you feel like suction almost, and it hurts, like it stings.
I give him a piece of wood to bite down.
Bro, I wanted the leech.
After he does this, he returns with a tea, and he says, I want you to drink this tea. It's going to taste terrible. Do not throw up. He says, you have to drink it all and hold it down. And it is indeed the most disgusting tea you've ever had. Make a constitution roll.
Bro's contemplating. Are you bad at those?
You want to roll high.
I just don't want to roll bad.
Victor is constantly taking
15.
L's, and I think it's really funny.
What?
I don't think Victor's taken a W this whole game.
He says,
Not yet.
He says, you just need rest. You will need to sleep. He says, you can stay here, but it will be 2 silver pieces. And also another 3 silver pieces for my medicine and my services.
If I'm being
And I pull out
100%
3 silver pieces, put it on the table.
Thank you.
The people here are going to end up getting moved soon.
I'm sorry? Moved soon? I don't. What? He says, come, lay down on this cot.
Okay,
and he has you lay down on this like cot that basically is like a bunch of rope stretched over a wooden frame with like some furs on it. But to you, it's magnificent, and you, within minutes, fall asleep. Like you were out. And he says, you could come back by noon to check on him. He'll need to sleep for a good 8 hours.
Noon?
Well, I gave him milk with the poppy, so he'll rest.
Oh.
And then
He gave you what?
He gave you opium!
This is how Viktor gets his opium addiction.
So the apothecary is like, yes, and
It's gonna be fine.
said he'll be fine. You can come back around at noon. You should be awake by then.
Okay.
All right, smash cut back to you guys. You're with the magistrate. The magistrate has now gone over to his desk, and he pulls out a map of the Old Dominion, and he's looking at different options, and he's like, now tell me approximately where you think, and you're like kind of showing him on the map roughly where you think the horde was and the tracks that you followed from Lord Merton's like forces, and he's like making notes on this map, and he says, yes, there's not many great options. I suppose we could go southwest to Umfleek, we could go south and then east to Nikar.
I don't know if moving is a great idea. From what I can tell, this is just based on observation. Lord Merton's army was defeated likely because they were ambushed in the wilderness. They did not fight in their own keep. Their keep is the most defended in the land. I saw it. I've never seen something so big. But they didn't even get a chance to defend it. They left their keep to go seek out this group of bandits who turned out to be far larger than they anticipated and likely ambushed them in the wilderness. They know how to navigate better than us and are likely semi-nocturnal to a degree. I don't think moving, especially with a large group of essentially what would be refugees, would be very, very easily found and killed by the bandits. even with a head start.
You make a good point, Northman.
I don't know if defending is a better choice, though, which is the issue.
We are not. We have a volunteer militia. That's why I sent my assistant to go rouse the captain to call. And actually, as he's saying this, you guys hear like bells going off, like ding, 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 ding. He said there are perhaps 20 qualified and trained militia members with a mix of padded armor, a few spears, a couple bows, and some swords. We can bring everyone outside of the gates into the village, within the palisade and the protection of the palisade. That should be done at once.
Veshadro, when you were looking in their camp, did they have like horses?
Yes.
Yeah.
And wagons.
And wagons too.
Shit.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't think it's a good move to keep people here.
I don't think it is either, but I don't know
At this
but I
point,
think
the
running-
20 militia, the best it could do is slow them down to give the people a head start and then increase that head start. There's no way this town will survive otherwise.
You see the magistrate looks very worried. He's like, this is not good. I do see the point that you're making. I believe that you make a very valid point insofar as the common folk and the travelers who've come here for the festival will not be prepared for fast travel by road. But, and unfortunately, it's a easy 15 miles to Umfleek. That's the closest village to avoid this horde. That would be going south and then west. He says, but if the odds are better that they can make it to Umfleek, what then? Suppose that Umfleek has not been attacked. That village has no greater fortifications than what we have here.
And then they're just next, but with more people to feed.
Yes.
So it's either that or...
We die if we stay, we die if we leave.
I think I think that we bring everyone within the palisades, and we hold up. Fortunately, we have a lot of supplies because people brought things to market.
That's true.
But we don't have a lot of warriors, and we could use assistance. Is there any way that you could perhaps try to find reinforcements if we were to stay here? Perhaps if you traveled to Umfleek, or if you took a circuitous route, just the four of you, to return to Merton's Keep, to seek Lord Merton and see if he has achieved anything insofar as quelling this uprising.
We could definitely try. We could try to do that.
I vote in that case, we go back to Merton's Keep, because we at least know the condition that
We at
place
least
is
know
in.
Merton's Keep has some soldiers.
It has something.
Yeah.
We could, if we go to the other place, there may be nothing
And
left.
maybe the remainder of Lord Merton's army returned there after their defeat. Because they were definitely not all dead.
No, it's possible. So I vote we take it, because at this point, that's the only way they can make it.
We can do that, but I think we really definitely need to rest first.
Weirdo.
He says,
Just
rest once everyone has been brought within the village.
okay.
You see that the door
Sounds
opens
good.
and the captain arrives. The magistrate says, "It has been decided, Captain. Bring everyone who is outside of the village in within the palisades for safety. Bring everyone in. Rouse all of the militia folk. Bring everyone into the town square. I'll be making a speech within the hour." The captain nods and walks off. He says, "All of you, please don't leave. We may need your services in the defenses of the village."
Okay.
All right.
He goes back upstairs to get himself dressed. What do the two of you do?
I just. I'm back in my chair.
Do you fall asleep in a chair on the table?
I rest my. I think it's Ragnavaldr starts to rest his eyes and then just kind of dozes off. But he's
Okay.
not sleeping super hard.
I'm gonna get up and go see what I can do. I'll fall asleep on a horse. It's fine. I'll
Okay.
figure out a way.
You go outside,
Yeah.
and you see Amina coming back towards you guys. But Victor's not with Amina.
He died. He died.
Where is he?
He's okay.
Uh-huh. Where?
No, he's at the apothecary, resting. Because the poison. He just needs rest. That's all he needs.
Okay.
The apothecary person took it out, or whatever he did. It was disgusting.
Okay.
But he is going to be asleep for a bit because the apothecary person gave him tea with, wasn't it?
Milk of the poppy.
Yeah, milk of the poppy.
He what?
He's going to be sleeping for a bit. I don't even know if...
Okay, we don't have time. What we need to do is you and me, unless you are about to drop dead of sleep, you need to help everyone else. We're bringing them to the center of this keep, and we're gonna go from there, okay?
I mean, I'm awake.
The village
so-
square, you see people like already coming in with carts and horses and pack mules, like people that just look like literally they were awoken, and like their tents aren't even folded up all the way. They're just like draped
after I
over their
camp
shoulder.
out.
Yeah, like they're all damp and like cranky.
me.
But you see like constables and militia people like waving them in, like, come on, hurry up.
I'm gonna go try to help them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two go towards like, the main entrance to the village, and you go out of the gate and you see that there's probably like 40 more people in different areas packing up their stuff, getting ready to come in. Roll d20s.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna go help them pack up. Why are you smiling? Stop smiling. Why are you smiling?
6.
13.
Okay, so you see like, people are packing things up. You said a 6?
6.
13?
Yes.
So you know how the sun rises?
Right?
You know how the sun rises in the east?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it's basically just the barest part of dawn. Like there's a little bit of light coming in the sky.
Is there a creepy silhouette?
Well, as you kind of look to the east,
That's not a no.
you
One
see
might call it.
like the road, but you see it looks like there's something coming down the road, like towards Dusty Fief.
Yippee!
And you see like there's like still like 20 groups of people packing up their camps. Some of them are like taking their time, but
I'm
you see
hollering.
something in the distance. Like I'm talking like maybe a couple miles away.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna find the nearest guard or militiaman,
Yeah.
tell them what I see, and tell them to go tell whoever's in charge what's happening right now. And then I'm gonna run over to the other family, start taking their sweet time and going, having none of that, pack it up, let's go.
Okay. Are you helping with this?
I'm assuming if I'm saying
I'm
that
screaming at
kind,
old
yeah.
people, I'm screaming at adults,
Okay,
I'm
so
screaming
you're-
at teenagers, I'm screaming at children.
You're
Move
rushing,
it!
You're rushing people to get going, right?
Let's go!
Like 5 minutes later, you see one of the militia people at the rampart above that like overlooks the main gate as people are coming in. And you see him like go up, and you see the guard that you told to go tell someone is like talking to him, and he points like to the east. And you see the guard like casually like pull out this leather tube, and you see like it's got a reflective glass in the end, and you see him go like this. And he turns and he grabs this mallet and starts ringing the bell.
As
And
he should!
And he yells, you hear him just yell, "Horde! Horde!"
I think the bells start ringing, and then Ragnavaldr just goes, "Ugh, ugh." Hammer.
Great heavens!
So you like at this screaming of horde and the bell ringing, people are urgently packing their stuff up and getting inside.
I'm helping them. I'm throwing crap into a
Okay.
wagon. I don't care whose it is. It's in a wagon. They're
Okay.
moving. I'm throwing
People are
children
running,
into the
right?
wagon and get them moving. Babies, they're moving.
Yes, as you guys are loading up and getting people to go to like get into within the palisades for safety.
Yeah.
You see more of the militia people coming up, and they're getting on the ramparts. They have like they're lining up spears and like quivers and bows, and you see the one like militia lieutenant who has the spyglass is like looking through it, and he just like looks down and he yells something to someone, and another guard like yells down to the people that you guys are helping, like, "Hurry! Hurry!"
Let's go, Black Friday sales! Come on, let's go!
So, in
We're in.
about 15 minutes, you were successfully able to get the last remaining people who had been camped outside of the Palisades into the Palisades. And you guys come through. The guards close the Palisade gates. You see them pick up this huge, like, timber that they lock into place.
How long have I slept for? Like 4 hours? I want to know.
Like a half hour?
No, like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Bro took a great nap.
So then,
Meanwhile, Viktor,
Am I still asleep?
milk of
Yes.
the poppy.
Out
So-
cold, my
so
friend.
then-
Out cold.
you see the magistrate has called everybody to the village square. So a few blocks up from the gate. Now, all the other militia people have manned positions and have weapons and armor on. The magistrate is making a speech to all the people that are gathered, and he tells them the blunt and honest truth. He conveys during his speech that there is the possibility of an Ordur horde, the likes that we have not seen in our lifetimes. That even Lord Merton's forces may have been thwarted by this horde. He says that there is a possibility that we could survive and withstand this horde in the safety of the village, but that he needs every able-bodied person to be ready to fight or assist the militia in resupplying and fighting. He says everyone else should be prepared for the possibility that you may have to flee for your lives. And you see that there are many worried-looking people, old people, families, that kind of stuff. But you do see a number.
Probably yelled at them.
But you do see like a number of like able-bodied men and women who like rise to the occasion, and some of them have like axes or like a saw, random like
Bro's
tools.
got the well crank.
Yeah, like some of them have like clubs, so they like go and they kind of start fanning out to assist the militia.
And how many, like, as in numbers wise, are there now?
There's probably another 20 people who have stepped up to volunteer.
So it's about 40.
Yeah. So people disperse. People start to go into buildings to take cover. Viktor, make a D20 roll.
How eepy are you?
Very. 2.
You're still asleep. All right,
there's
you are awake.
There's a universe where three people got darted, and it's just one guy. One of the parties going.
You're awake.
I'm awake.
You heard the magistrate's speech.
heard the
You see
magistrate.
people preparing. You have not seen Veshadro and Amina yet.
I haven't seen this many people moving ever.
Oh yeah, you're.
I'm really confused and overwhelmed.
Bewildered.
I'm going to do my best to try to help people. Because I'm not really a trained fighter in the traditional sense. I imagine that's mostly helping people get to where they need to be.
You guys see Ragnavaldr.
In the thick of it.
Yeah, like kind of ushering people to
He
different
looks
places.
Super, super nervous and confused and doesn't know what's
Yes.
going on.
Wow, every thought just left my brain. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go over to you. Question.
What?
Don't panic. Don't look
I'm
at him.
panicking.
Stop it.
What?
Get yourself together. We don't have time. Do you think? Look at me. Do you think we have enough time to make it to Merton to keep him back
Right now?
right now?
Before that comes?
Yes.
We do not. It's not a 10-minute journey.
Really quickly.
It's a good like
It's 2 days to Merton's Gate.
it's yeah
Don't keep
it's
track of time well.
It's a good 25 miles if you just went straight through, which you can't. Like your horses would die, and all of you are exhausted.
And also,
There is a-
they're over here napping.
There is a horde.
Out.
Forced sleep.
There is a horde.
I do
10
not
minutes
consent.
that way.
Okay. New plan. Do you think you can physically actually help people right now, or are you too overwhelmed?
I could kill things. I don't know about helping.
All right, so you're gonna be preoccupied till the horde comes. Go check on Viktor. I don't know if he's dead, out cold, or what condition.
Where is he?
Somewhere in the apothecary thing. With the red roof, red door?
Down the street with the red door.
Red door, there we go.
Okay,
Go
I
check
go.
on him. When you hear people screaming, then it's time to kill things.
Got it.
Go.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys see 2 of the militiamen run over towards the captain and the magistrate, and they're like
I'm
furiously
so
filling them in on information.
I'm so listening.
And they say the lieutenant says that the horde has stopped.
That's
Said
great
that
at all.
they've stopped, and they're about a quarter mile out from the village down the road.
I'm not paid enough.
And the magistrate's like, well, what is the meaning of that? Why would they stop? Are they? Perhaps they're reinforcing before the attack? And the captain's like, I don't know. We need to find out. And the magistrate looks at the 2 of you, and he's like, maybe you could sneak out and find out what the horde is doing.
Yeah, sure. I've done it once. I'll do it again.
I'm not good at the sneaking part.
All right, help people
you
here
sit
then.
there.
I will go commit sneak.
Alone?
Yeah, sure.
You did
He's
it
done
when
it
they were
before.
sleeping, though.
He's done it before.
Also, remember that was at night, and now it's morning time.
He's done it before.
I've done it once. I'll do it
It's
again.
morning, it's grasslands, you need a horse.
Can I get a horse?
I'm imagining
Sure.
I'm imagining
I'm getting a horse.
a horse walking like this. Like the sneak
He
walk
says,
thing.
do you mean to say that you would scout it out, or that you're going to try to like go as an envoy or some sort of diplomatic purpose?
I'll tell you exactly what I do. I'm gonna get there and figure it out when I get there. Up until that, I'd like as many routes out as I have in. Cool?
Yes.
Great, let's do it. I'm gonna go get a horse. No, you're staying here. Unless you want to
So
sneak
you
up.
can't sneak on a horse, you know that.
Because we're not gonna sneak up. We are going to make our presence very known.
So you 2 are going to ride out there.
Do you want to come with?
Okay.
Great.
This feels like a very poor idea. Not,
yeah.
not taking me.
You get your
You're
horses.
off somewhere else. This is a game time decision.
You get your
You're not
horses.
here.
The captain's making a plan to open up the gate so that you can get out. Smash cut back to the apothecary. Ragnavaldr, you arrive at the apothecary. You knock on the door. The apothecary opens the door, and you see 3 families crowded into the apothecary's house.
Oh, bud.
And they're all like worried. And the apothecary says, "What news from the gate? Is the horde here?"
No, they've
tell
stopped. I don't know that actually. I don't know that.
Okay.
I'm. Things are. The horde hasn't gotten here yet.
Okay. Good. Who are you, and what do you want?
I was told one of my friends is here. He has
The poisoned
He has
fellow.
a silly hat.
Yes, right this way. And he takes you into.
I forgot about that.
He takes you into like the front office, and you see Viktor like asleep on this small cot, and then you see like 2 other families like cowered in the room, and Viktor's like asleep, like drooling.
Does that work?
You are very groggy, but you are awoken, and you see Ragnavaldr over you.
Hi.
You also see 2 families in the room, and they're looking strangely at you. You've never seen them before.
Good morning.
What?
Hello.
You feel mildly less sick, but you're very groggy. Smash cut. You 2 are on horses. The gates open up. You go out the gates. You're on the road on horses. What do you do?
Ooh, did we by any chance procure one of those leather spyglasses before we hit the road?
There was only one.
Damn it. Okay. Can we see anything exciting while staring directly at the sunlight?
You see what looks like a lot of people, some on horses, some standing, and they're all kind of spread out about a quarter mile east of you up the road.
Okay.
And they see us, obviously.
I feel like I just aged 30
Probably.
years seeing that. All right. Well, they've seen us at this point, so let's keep going.
Do you think if we go at them, they're just gonna run at us?
That is a very good point, and that's why we're on horseback. So if that's an issue, we don't
These are
get that
not
close.
the tired horses, right?
No, these are fresh horses.
They gave us our tired
God.
horses.
Oh my god, I got so scared.
So you ride up?
Yeah, like
What's your-
like cautiously and
Okay,
slowly.
so
We're
that's
not
what I was
like
going to say. What's
booking
your
it.
pace? So you're just at a gentle...
Yeah, we're keeping our eyes open. If someone moves, We have a Foley artist in house, y'all.
So you guys are making your way there. You get closer.
Creeping.
You get within about 100 yards, and now it's manifestly clear to you that this is a horde. You see. What's funny to you though is that you see like kind of off to the side of the road, like several platoons of primitive ordure, like
They've recruited more.
40 to 60 primitive ordure, right? And they're kind of like off on the side of the road, sitting on the road on horseback. You see a group of like humans who look kind of scruffy, like basically like bandits. And then sort of behind those on horses, on a bigger horse, you see that same guy that was wearing the full plate mail armor and like the black fur cloak and the helmet, and you see him kind of ride forward. And the bandit guys on horses sort of move aside. And he rides up and he's now basically at the front facing you guys. And there's one bandit who's next to him on horse. And you see like the bandit on horseback like leans over as if he's listening to the person with the helmet. And then he nods. And then he starts to ride forward towards you guys at a slow pace.
Fixing my posture.
So the human bandit rides forward towards you guys.
Okay.
All right, I'm not hesitating.
When he gets within about 20 feet, he's looking at you and he says, "Good morning."
Might be.
Well, it's good because the horde has stopped. And it's also good because the horde has no intent of razing this village and murdering everyone.
Elaborate.
There's something we want from this village, and if you're willing to cooperate, no one has to die. It's actually a very reasonable offer considering what happened in the other villages.
And that being?
We want you to bring every map, every tapestry, every piece of art that depicts anything, and every book. We want you to load all those onto a wagon and bring them out.
You want our maps, books,
Maps,
and art.
tapestry, arts, and books. And scrolls while we're at it. Basically anything that could show pictures or writing. Now if you do this, and I mean you do it quickly and with full cooperation, this horde will head south and leave this village alone. If you don't do it, this horde will destroy that entire village, kill or take everyone as prisoners and enslave them, and then eat everything that's made out of meat, because that's what the ordure do.
So, since it is a relatively large village, will you give us an allotted amount of time to actually even consider this?
He is giving you till noon, so you probably have about 4 hours, which should be enough time. Because this is a small village, my guess is that they don't have a significant library or a depository of written information in any shrine. So I would just convey to your magistrate that the full cooperation of everyone in this village is essential to everyone surviving.
Just so we save time on getting you these books and scrolls, do you want us to avoid any obvious like checking books that stores have and everything?
Okay, I'm gonna make this abundantly clear. Every single book, map, scroll, tapestry, or piece of art that anyone owns, anyone, I don't care if it's the temple, the magistrate, some poor person, even if you don't think it's valuable, bring every single part of it, put it onto a wagon, bring that wagon out here.
Okay.
And he has given his word that he will not raze this village and murder everyone.
So I'm assuming this is a fool's question at this point, but never hurts. It might. Why? Why the arts? Why the knowledge? Why?
I don't know. I listen. Some years ago, I just was a normal person, probably just like all of you. And I came on hard times, and I engaged in some highway sort of robberies and burglary and banditry. when my group came across this horde, I was given a choice of either serving them or dying. I've seen what they do to the people who make the wrong choice. Their heads end up at the top of a stick and their bodies are tied to the bottom. And I didn't want that to happen. He's like, I'm just a translator. I'm giving you the message from him. And he looks over his shoulder for the first time, back at the big dude on the horse. He says, so you have a few hours. I would suggest you get to work. We'll be waiting here.
Okay. One last thing. For humanity's sake, what's your name?
My name is Jim. And that is where we'll end this episode of Games with High School People. My name is Jim.
What's your
All
name?
right, make notes, because next time when we pick up,
I'm working on it.
It's going to be all of you figuring out just how to get all that stuff together.
Well, hello, and welcome to Bill Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you were just watching and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.